Hey folks, back again with another string review for you guys. Not sure if I'm going to put this before or after the second Ernie Ball string review. That was the Phosphor Bronze, and I have to say that the Ernie Ball Everlast Phosphor Bronze had them on for about a month in all total. I just changed these strings today to the new set of strings, which I'll explain to you what those are here in just a minute. But the Ernie Ball Phosphor Bronze Everlast strings, I was pretty impressed with those. They lasted me for about 3 weeks or so before I finally just started noticing the tone quality degrading. Now, they were coated strings, but I left them on there for a little bit longer because I knew there's some practices coming up and things like that. I'm excited to tell you about a new string that I've just recently found out about. And these are called Vibe strings. And I'll go ahead and show you what those look like. Here's the package. Little insert that comes in the package. These are called Vibe strings, like I was telling you about. Now, this first half these strings are basically brand new. I put them on today in place to replace the Ernie Ball Phosphor Bronze Everlast strings. And then I've played. I did one guitar lesson with them, and I played for about probably 15, maybe 25 minutes on the strings before the lesson was taught. After I changed them. And I just now got home after a church service and going to start, kind of going over these right now. This is a company right now that's only available on Amazon, and I will leave a link below to that you can get these strings. These are the heavy gauge I put on my Martins. Now, the cool thing about these strings are that they come in 13, not 56, but 58. For the last string gauge, so it's a little bit of a heavier tone, a little bit of a heavier string. I haven't noticed any significant, bending of the neck at all for the truss rod because of the gauge. And the cool thing is that, like I said, these are heavy gauge strings. These are Phosphor Bronze acoustic strings from Vibe. It says their claim to fame is they are 17% better sustain, and they are 3 to 5 times longer lasting. Now, the packaging, I don't have one of them here in front of me, but it was kind of, just basically a little sleeve. Nothing really fancy, no fancy packaging like most companies have. Their fancy packaging comes in the actual insert here. From the company. Now, like I said, it is from Amazon. You can only get them on Amazon right now. They were kind enough to send me 4 packs of strings. They sent me 2 heavy gauge, according to them, which is standard medium, except for the top string. And they sent me what is their considered medium gauge, which is 12 to 52, which on most string companies are considered light gauge. Now, the cool thing is, I'm actually going to do a giveaway. I talked about this a while back on my a Google Hangout that I had, and I'm going to do a giveaway, but not right now. I'm going to do that at the end of this video, the second half of this video. The first half is what these strings sound like on the day of. The second half is we're going to put the strings through their paces and see how long they last, how long the tone lasts. Let me just tell you a little bit about Vibe. You can find them at vibestrings.com, www.vibestrings.com, and I'll try to leave a link to that below as well if I can remember. But I definitely will leave the Amazon link. They're also on Facebook at facebook.com/vibestrings and at Twitter at vibestrings. It says here, now I don't know, it didn't really leave any kind of information here, and it might have more available information on the Vibe Strings website at vibestrings.com. But it says here on the back, and here's what the back looks like real quick. It says, on the front it says easy play, stronger, louder, durable. These are the Phosphor Bronze, like I said. Now the back here it says they're made in the USA. It says they have a replacement guarantee. Not exactly sure what that's talking about. It says high quality. It says manufacturing control, packed per gauge number. There were individual sleeves, 6 strings, and 6 envelopes. Now it says crafting the finest strings available worldwide, 40 years proudly dedicated to string making. I've never heard of these people, so I don't know if they changed their name from another company into the Vibe Strings, or they're getting their strings from a different company that's been making them 40 years. I don't know exactly what the Vibe String is. Hopefully by the last half of this video, I'll know a little bit more about it, do some research and everything like that. Innovative custom-made machines and world-class professional machinists that are making these. It says, they've got a quote here on the bottom that says, "It's simple. We know and have invested more than anyone else to make Vibe Strings pure, natural sounding, and crisp tuning for the music you love to play." Once again, it's simple. We know and have invested more than anyone else to make Vibe Strings pure, natural sounding, and crisp tuning for the music you love to play. So, they gave me a little insert here. I don't know exactly how this works, but in each package, you also receive a thank you. Here's the actual, it's kind of a gloss finish here, as you can probably see in the lighting. Basically, the same thing that's on the cover sleeve, but it also says on the back, it's got a thank you, and it says, "Thank you for choosing Vibe Strings. 50% off your next purchase of Vibe Strings. Like Vibe Strings and subscribe to our newsletter today to claim your 50% discount." Now, I'm not sure if this is a one-time discount code that you can only use one time, and it might be a different code each time, but I'm not sure. But you can go and like it at facebook.com/VibeStrings. Now, usually you can only like a Facebook page one time, but if you subscribe to the newsletter, then my guess is they'll give you a code that you may be able to use over and over again. I'm not sure. But I have received, they gave me actually some promo codes. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use those just yet. But they gave me some promo codes to, kind of use for 5% off, buy one, get one 5% off, buy one, get one 25% off, things like that. So I'm kind of probably going to, be in the works to arrange some things with them on what these what to do with the actual promo codes. But these are Vibe Strings. Like I said, these are phosphor bronze. I just tuned the guitar, so we'll just say that's sufficient for now. Stretched them out like I usually do. Right away I noticed that the top string here sounds kind of muffled. Doesn't ring out as nice and shiny as I like it to sound. Some first impressions that I noticed are the windings were actually pretty, well wound around the string, except for the B string. It was very, how the wraps wrap around, they double back and wrap around the string itself on the ball ends. The B string was kind of, didn't have a lot of windings on it, but the rest of them were very nice. Didn't have any loose ends sticking out or anything like that, and so it looked very nice. The ends, unlike Ernie Ball's ends on this side, and mostly like all other manufacturers, have the wrap going so far and then the core string extending out. Now, the Ernie Balls didn't do that. They wound it up all the way to the end of the core string, which I thought was pretty interesting. But these, like the rest of these companies, have that. So these are 13 to 58. We're just going to play a little bit. Let's play something, and just like the Ernie Ball review, let's go back and play the same thing again so many weeks after I've had a chance to play this. Now, before I do that, I'm going to get in more detail about the giveaway, but I'm going to be giving away, and I'll say that later in the second half, but I'm going to be giving away a package of the medium gauge, and it's called the light gauge in most of the other companies, and that's the 12 to 52. I'll be giving away a pack of those along with a six-pack of guitar picks. There's 3 heavy and 3 medium. These are from Ernie Ball. These are the Everlast picks here. It says Everlast, Ernie Ball, heavy and medium. The heavy is the fluorescent yellow, as you can tell. I love fluorescent yellow. The neon fluorescent pink is the medium gauge. Now these are, the medium gauge is 0.73 and the heavy gauge is 0.88 millimeters. And I also got these in a little packaging here that I've signed, with my autograph and everything, and just a little thank you note on the actual packaging. I'll be giving those away. Details for that at the end of this video, on the second half at least. So let's play a little bit. And at the end of this, we'll go ahead and cut it off, and then I'll splice in the next half. Now this is I'm going to keep it on the same theme as I was the Ernie Ball strings. And that is just playing around with a song, a tune that I've been working on or come up with. I may be, may not be very fresh on it at the moment, but just something, an original composition that I'm working on right now. All right. Hey folks, back once again for the second part of this review. Now, I've had these strings on, if I'm not mistaken, for about 2.5 to 3 weeks. These are, by the way, the Vibe strings. These are the medium gauge Vibe strings, 13 to 58. And I did find out that the gauges is actually, it says heavy, but I thought that originally that the gauge was just like the regular 13 to 56, but that the top string had changed. Well, that's not the case. Actually, all the gauges of the strings have changed to be an actual heavy gauge set. But stay tuned, because I'm going to announce a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a light gauge set of these, along with a 6-pack of picks from Ernie Ball. These are the Everlast Neon picks. I've got 3 of the pink and 3 of the yellow. The yellow is heavy gauge, 0.88, and the pink is 0.73 medium gauge. And I've also signed a little package here for you. So we're going to go over what my opinion is of these strings. Now, before we get started, I've recently been able to acquire some very nice discount codes with Vibe strings. I've been working with Fran, the owner of the string company, and got in touch with her, reached out to her, and I will be releasing a interview video with her. It may have already released, depending on where this is in the whole scheduling process and all that, which I'm trying to kind of limit how much videos I schedule and all that. I'm trying to do more in the moment, more up-to-date stuff. And so I don't have to worry about fooling with a lot of scheduling and things. But as I've got it set right now, this will be the second video after the Ernie Ball string review of the phosphor bronze, or maybe it's the 80-20 bronze. I don't remember. There's going to be an Ernie Ball review, this, and then another Ernie Ball review comparing it with elixirs. But I was able to set up a cool discount system for her to get some discounts off Vibe Strings. They are available exclusively on Amazon right now. Now, I've actually got that on a little special thank you for when you download or purchase one of my webisodes via bluegrassguitaressentials.com/webisodes. So if you go there, purchase one of my courses, my little webisodes they're really affordable right now. Then it will take you to that link. It will give you that link. And if you want to show your support, then you can go ahead and download one of the webisodes of the Bluegrass Guitar Essentials course, and that will send you to the same link. So, without further ado, my opinion of the Vibe Strings. Now, these are not coated. The claim is 17% better sustain, 3.5 times longer lasting. It says there's a replacement guarantee. I've still not figured out what that is. I never really thought to ask the owner of that. High quality, manufacturing control, packed per gauge number, 6 strings and 6 envelopes. Crafting the finest strings available worldwide, 40 years proudly dedicated to string making. Innovative, custom-made machines, world-class professional machinists. It says, it's simple, we know, and have invested more than anyone else to make Vibe Strings pure, natural sounding, and crisp tuning for the music you love to play. Once again, that link is vibestrings.com/Eric Beatty if you want to get to that special link. They've created a special website with my information on there as to get those discounts. Now, it says made in the USA, so you're supporting American-made product. I will tell you that the packaging looks very nice. It's very, high-definition detail. These are phosphor bronze acoustic strings. But the individual envelopes are very bland. They're just, it tells you the string gauge and the number, and it might have a Vibe Strings logo, and that's it. They come wound very small. They're not, the big, wound packages, so the packages are a little smaller than normal. And I will say that these being the medium gauge, they do pack a powerful tone, pack a powerful punch. So they do pack a powerful punch, but I will tell you, it takes some getting used to. And even after 3 weeks, I'm just starting maybe to get adjusted to that heavier gauge. Now, I prefer a true medium gauge, which is 13 to 56. And I've actually contacted Fran and asked her if they're thinking about doing that, because all you have right now is lights and heavy. But I'd really like to get well, they call it mediums, I think, but it's actually light gauge. She said they're hopefully releasing an actual medium gauge this year, 2014. So that's going to be awesome. I also asked her if they're going to be, considering some coated strings, putting a coating on there, because I'd like to see them compete in the, the coated string market. I honestly prefer coated strings because they sound a little better, they keep their tone a little longer, and they're just smoother to play. Now, after a while of playing non-coated strings, you kind of get used to it, but I still prefer the feel of coated strings. Prefer, most, in my opinion, elixirs, I prefer that coating better. And these don't have a coating. They're not very, your fingers don't stick. In other words, when you're trying to slide, they don't, kind of stick to the string. But it does, I don't know if it's just the sweat and the residue that comes off my hands, but it does have kind of a sticky feel after a while. Now, these strings have gotten quite tarnished since I've been using these. I've had maybe the usual, maybe a couple practices, maybe a couple playing in a couple, church events or something like that. I haven't really put these through its paces as much as I have the Ernie Ball strings, but I can tell you right now that as far as lasting 3.5 times longer, I'm not sure about that, because right now the tone is pretty amazing. And if you rewind that and compare the first part of this video to the last part of the last video, the tone may sound a lot the same. Obviously the string is going to mellow after playing for a week or two than what it was when you started it. I noticed immediately that the low E string it sounds just a little bit dead. It's not too bad, but it sounds just a little bit dead when you put it on. I don't know if it's just because it's just the heaviness of the string itself or what. I do kind of feel like, I don't know if it's where, like I said, if I'm sweating or not, but it kind of feels like it's just a little bit of a residue there, even though they're not coated. I really would like to see these strings become have a coated version. I'm not sure, you know, exactly how that's going to happen. They have the claim to be, you know, manufacturing strings for over 40 years. So surely they would come up with a coating, hopefully very soon. It says they're louder, easy to play, they're stronger, they're durable. I haven't had any problems with like string wear or anything. You know, I haven't seen any possibilities of breakage or anything like that. And what I also noticed was very interesting, that even though the string gauge is heavier than my standard medium gauge, I don't know if it's because of the Stradibon neck on this Martin X series guitar or not, but I haven't noticed a lot of, I haven't had to make any like truss rod adjustments or any, you know, modifications to the setup of the guitar because of the heavier gauge strings, and I was really pleased with that. Haven't noticed any, you know, buzzing problems, anything like that, other than my normal buzzing that I get anyway on like the 3rd fret when I capo. Sometimes that happens on whatever strings I'm playing. But all in all, the Vibe strings, probably give them about a 3.5 to 4 out of 5, just based on the pure tone that I'm getting out of these, even after playing these for a couple weeks. Been working on getting endorsed by Vibe strings. I would love to get endorsed, you know, by the higher companies and things like that. But you know, I would just love to be endorsed right now by a good, decent string company. Now, this is a good, decent string company in my opinion, even though they're not coated like I'd like them to be. They have room to grow, and I don't know, something about these strings, they have good reviews on Amazon, they have good people talking about them, people raving about them, and they're worth a try. I mean, if you're not used to heavy gauge strings, by all means get the lighter gauge. For me, because it will take you getting used to them. Your fingers will hurt for a little bit because they are, in general, they're a thicker string. So, but this is, to me, a decent company. They are, in price, they are comparable with the Elixir strings. I mean, this package right here, I think, runs for $13.99. But once again, if you go to that special discount link that I mentioned before, you can pick these up, whatever the promo code is right now. They've got several of them, I think, on that link. So you can kind of pick which one you want to try, and you can totally get a discount. Plus, every Vibe string comes with an insert of half off your next purchase. I think this is a one-time thing. Basically, you sign up for the newsletter, and it's like a one-time thing. But as far as the discount code, I think they're actually going to allow that to go on for maybe a year or so, several months. So get these strings and this discount code while you can, because that code will not last forever. And definitely check out bluegrassguitaressentials.com/webisodes. Try those. The first webisode as of right now is totally free. It's 50 minutes long, and just for that, it's worth downloading. And then it'll take you to that special link anyway. So check out Vibe strings. Like I said, they have a nice sound. I actually played at a wedding and played through a Crate acoustic amp that I've been not using, but I've had. I borrowed it for a long time. I've still got it, and I finally found a use for it. And I used drop D tuning, and man, there was no issues as far as bad sounding or anything like that. Obviously, the pickup had a lot to do with that, but I had no dead sounds or anything like that. The strings still vibrate very nice. But like I said, it's that top string Just seems like it's a little deader than what it could be. Seems like I might have to pick the G string a little harder too. But I mean, they're a great string in my opinion. They're very good if you like the feel of non-coated strings. And so, I mean, to me, like I said, I would love to be endorsed by these people, and I think we're working on that right now so that I can be officially endorsed with Vibe Strings and have a string company to endorse me as well. I mean, that's very exciting. Like I said, they're the same price point as Elixir, so they are, to me, a step above some of the other cheaper string companies out there. So definitely check them out. See for yourself whether they are, you know, they have better sustain. They are longer lasting. See for yourself. It may be just me because I play a lot more than most people, and I don't know what they're gauging that on. Longer in the sense of what, how long you play, or how many shows you play, or I don't know what they gauge that on. But definitely check them out. Now, as far as the sustain, I haven't really checked the sustain on this. I'm mainly more aware and concerned with the tone aspect of it, and the ease of playing as well. Like I said, it's pretty easy to play with these. So I'm not worried about the sustain. Haven't really tried that. You can try that if you want to. I mean, even after 2 weeks, that's really holding out. It's interesting. It's got a different sound when I put my finger down on the soundboard. It's holding out a ways. Fretted. Kind of does that a little quicker when you fret it out, but I mean, every string's probably different. Another thing I've noticed is I haven't had near as many tuning problems with these strings as I did the Ernie Ball Everlast strings, or the 8020 bronze ones. So definitely give Vibe Strings a chance. Check them out. Go to that special link I talked about. Please check out bluegrassguitaressentials.com for all things bluegrass guitar. This course is coming along very nicely. Working on neck diagrams right now for the 3rd video, and hopefully to have that out pretty soon. But be sure to check out the webisodes page, because as I said in my recent hangout not long ago, one of my recent hangouts, depending on when this video is released, it's introductory pricing. And whenever the next webisode releases, the previous webisode prices go up. So definitely check those out before the prices are raised, because once they're raised, they're going to be that price, okay? Because the course is totally worth it. All right, so you can get the webisodes right now. The first one's free. They're going to start at $15, and after that, they're going to be risen to $25. And that's, most of the videos are an hour and a half, maybe even 2.5 hours long. So you are getting quality, valuable material for a good length of time, where I extensively go over things in the course for bluegrass guitar. And, you know, a lesson with me, private lesson with me, I've got a student coming here just a little bit. That's why I'm trying to kind of wrap this up. A private lesson with me, as of right now, is $15, and that's for 30 minutes. So for the first webisode, it's free, and it's almost an hour long. Okay, so you're getting almost 1 hour's worth, almost $30 worth of value there. The second webisode is a little over an hour and a half, so it's $15. So you're getting basically an hour free, and you're paying for one 30-minute lesson, even though it's an hour and a half lesson. Okay, so it's definitely worth that. Even when it goes up to $25, you're still going to be getting 30 minutes free at an hour and a half. And then that's not including the 2.5 hour long videos, where you're getting like another hour free for just, $25 or whatever. But anyway, you'll go there to webisodes, bluegrassguitaressentials.com/webisodes, and you can see all about that. I do recommend Vibe Strings for a decent, like I said, they're probably about a 3.5 to 4 out of 5, in my opinion. Do recommend them for a decent string. Try them out, see what you think. Again, leave me some comments below on your opinion on Vibe Strings and what you found out about them, what kind of style you play. For the style that I play is mainly bluegrass, and I did a few finger style things. These are pretty good strings for that. So definitely leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching and tuning in to this video. Please rate, like, subscribe, and share these videos with your friends. If you found them valuable, I'm sure someone else will find them valuable too. That's it for me today. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, whatever that may be, and God bless. Hey guys, my apologies, but I got so excited about talking about vibe strings that I totally forgot to announce how to enter the contest for the giveaway. All you have to do is leave a comment below with the words vibe strings. That way I'll know you paid attention to the very end of the video, which is where this little annex is going to be attached to it. So thanks so much for watching. Please do leave a comment below with the words vibe strings, and there will be 3 winners. One will win the strings and the package of picks. The final 2 runner-ups will get the package of picks. And what I will do is I will get with you when I draw the names, when I randomize them and everything, and find out exactly who won. I will get with you on YouTube and get your information so that I'll know where to send the packages. All right. So thanks so much for watching. Please do leave a comment below with the words vibe strings to enter the contest, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much, and God bless.